Okay, so Black Friday is one of the biggest annual shopping events, both in your med spa and online. And Diamond Accelerator wants to help make this year's Black Friday your best ever at your med spa. So today I'm going to be sharing some Black Friday tactics that will really boost your med spa sales. And I know that is what everyone is looking for. It's all about getting a little bit better every single year. So before I dive in, and I've asked a few of you already, I want to get a gauge of how far into planning your Black Friday are you right now? In the comments, share with me, where are you at? And that could be you haven't even started yet. You're just missing a few pieces, or maybe you're pretty much done, but you're always looking to get better or pick up an extra trick. So I want to hear where you're currently at in your Black Friday planning. You haven't even started. You just have a few missing pieces, or you're pretty much done, but always looking to improve. Just getting started. Yep. What else? Where are you guys at? I want to know where you're at, and that's going to be able to help me focus our training today. Finish plan. Oh, yeah, you've already, Angela, you finished planning already for Black Friday and 12 days of Christmas. So you get a gold star, but I'm hoping that today you'll be able to pick up an extra tip or trick that is going to help improve. So thanks everyone for sharing those. All right. Now, if you haven't started, I don't want you to beat yourself up because one, you're not alone. Many won't even start after they watch this training right away, and they'll wait until the last minute. But I urge you not to waste any more time, because when you have the proper time, that's when you're able to do all the little things that ultimately is going to result in more sales. That I can promise you. So let's dive in on how you can prepare for Black Friday. So I first want to focus on some planning and considerations, okay? And the first one is like, what should you offer? What should be your promos or your discounts? And there's so many possibilities, and there's not one like right answer or way to go about it, because every med spa is different based on, how long you have been in business, what services you have to offer, what the average spend per patient is. And all of those things need to be taken into consideration as you are building out your offers and your promos, because you don't want to give away the farm or do promos that people were going to purchase those anyway. Or you don't want to create such big, large packages or dollar values that no one ends up buying anything. So there's a real balance and fine line. So I want to give you some examples that many med spas are doing across the country. Gift card promos, of course, is very popular. Buy X, get X free. So for example, buy 2 RF microneedling, get 1 free. Free talks with purchase. Free gift card with purchase. A really important one that I love is combination treatment plans, or a series or a package in order to get the big discount or the gift, okay? These one and done things, we want to try to stay away from those, because one, they're not going to give great results to the patients. Two, they're not going to really bring a lot of revenue into your med spa. And you want to create offers that are win-win for both the patient and the med spa. So the important thing is the 2 words, okay? 2 words, and that's get and free. Those are the 2 most important magic words of marketing for med spas during Black Friday. Now, think about it this way, okay? That day, the patient's mentality is that I will buy more to get more. I will buy more to save more. So how can you help achieve this? So again, it's a win-win for both the patient and the med spa. So when you offer great value to those that have higher value purchases, that is how it's going to be a win-win for both the med spa in the patient. So the way to do that is to look at your average spend per patient and create offers that really incentivize them to spend more. So knowing your numbers is really important, because if you don't really know your numbers of what your average spend per patient is, that's when you're going to undervalue or give away the farm or ask for way too much that is outside the budget, the average spend for your patient. So you really got to know your numbers here. There's a real fine art to creating these offers. And again, it always goes back to knowing your numbers. Okay. So one last pro tip on the offer is to be sure to reach out to your vendors and see what they're able to give you to help. It could be free product, consumables, sometimes even cash. But you need to ask early and really be that squeaky wheel, because if you don't ask, you won't get. So make sure you get with your vendors. All right. Okay. So let's talk about some creative add-ons to consider with your offers. I love when you create a gift guide, like what to give to her, what to give to him, what to give to kids. And I don't know about you, but I love as like the mom, the wife that's planning and buying for everyone. I like to buy for myself during the holiday shopping season, right? So make sure that you include a gift guide for yourself as well. So you could run a Black Friday doorbuster. It doesn't even have to be that day of, and I'm going to talk more about that, but in essence, a first 50 customers in the door get a swag bag, or first 50 online purchases, or just purchases in general get X, right? Maybe that's an enter to win. Maybe that's free product. Maybe that's a gift card. Just figure out what it is that you can create urgency to get people to take action, because the longer that we have time to think about it, the more likely we're going to talk ourselves out of not purchasing that. The harder it is for us to make a purchase, again, the more likely we're going to get busy or again, talk ourselves out of it. Okay. You also want to create Black Friday bundles or pre-wrapped gifts for, moms, teachers, best friends, teens, like whatever you have in stock, right? Overstocked. Create these beautiful gift baskets and make sure you build in the cost. Like I have a client that she'll create these little baskets and then she'll go to the florist next door and have them wrap it up in with their pretty filmed paper. Some might even have someone in-house that can help them with that. Those little details go a long way. Again, we're busy, right? We make it simple for us and we will buy it all day long. Another one is a giveaway, right? Anyone that purchases gets entered to win. Anyone that purchases gets a free gift. It could be skincare. I have a NOAC, right, who's been on here and talked with us before. They give the most amazing prizes for their events and their holiday promos. Like they're giving away Louis bags, Gucci sunglasses. Now, you have to remember the value of the giveaway or the prize has to match in accordance to what you're asking them to do or what the Medspa is getting in return. So all of those things need to balance out, of course. Okay, so the next question to consider, and this is an important one, is how many days will your Black Friday be, right? 1 day, 2 days, 5, 10, maybe it's all of November. There is no right answer, one right answer for this, but whatever you decide, there is a strategy to execute it and properly. Okay. So this is an important decision. And I'm really interested to know, what did you do last year? What did you do last year for your Black Friday? In the comments box, tell me, did your Black Friday last 1 day, 2 days, the whole week, 10, the entire month of November? Tell me in the comments box, how many days did it last year? And the reason why I'm asking this is because sometimes people don't even realize that it can be more than 1 day, guys. Gone are the days when I was a kid and Black Friday really was only one day. That was it. Best Buy, Walmart, Target has changed the game for all business owners. And the date when you should start isn't set in stone, and you really can use it to your advantage, because who says you can't have several iterations of your Black Friday campaign? If you want, you can start with a Black Friday pre-sale a couple weeks before or a week before. You really just need to think about your patients' shopping habits and what's going to give you the best results. All right. For me, I won't leave the house on Black Friday. I am done after Thanksgiving, right? So I'm not going to leave. Others I know are really into shopping that involves getting gifts for their kids, right? Which often means not at the Medspa. So you really need to think, how can I increase my chances of success, and test that out, right? Now, here's my go-to scheduling recommendation. But again, like, it really depends on what's going to work best for your patients, your med spa, your staff, and how to execute it. Okay, so in a perfect world, if I had a med spa, this is what I would recommend based on a lot of data that I've seen all across the country with other med spas. So I'd send an early bird notification 1 week prior, maybe even a sneak peek or a VIP only first access offer to a specific targeted list that I know are going to be my high ticket purchases, to make sure that I have the time, that my staff has the time that they need to really convert them and give them all the special attention that those VIP patients need. Then I would launch it and run it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? Black Friday. So obviously not on actual Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So I take Thursday off, actual Thanksgiving, but I'd run it that whole weekend. And afterwards, you can extend the sale on quote unquote Cyber Monday. But I personally think that it's totally fine to recycle your Black Friday and extend it into Cyber Monday, just to keep things simple, but you certainly can change things up. But what I really urge you to keep in mind is, what is your staff capable of really fulfilling? Because I once had this client that was adamant about sending out, a DBR, a text campaign on Black Friday that was valid through that Monday. But she only staffed that Friday. So all weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, that Monday holiday, people were calling, they were stopping by, they were texting, and no one was answering them until they came back into the office on that Tuesday. And oh my gosh, in that dashboard, I was just like cringing, and I was like blowing up my client, trying to get them to go in and to service these people that wanted to give them their business. So this is all one of those things where you have to be properly planned and organized top to bottom to make sure that you're not missing any opportunities. Okay, so another one is, what are the terms, right? Do they have to call to purchase? Do they have to physically come in? Or do you have e-commerce set up? Can they buy online? Now, in a perfect world, to give you the best results possible, they can do all three. They can call you, you're doing something that maybe on a specific days where if they come in, they can get a little more swag bag, because when you have that group or that excitement in-house, you always spend more, kind of thing. But for those busy people, or those people when they see it online or your email or your text message, that impulse buy, to be able to click and buy it, or I'm just busy, right? I don't have time to go in. I don't want to talk to anyone on the phone or wait on hold on the phone because your phones are lighting up. You will sell more. You will have higher sales with e-commerce. It's just a fact, guys. It's just a fact. And it's really not that expensive to set up, but there's certainly a learning curve and there's maintenance involved with it. And if it's something that for this year just seems like out of reach, or you just don't want to do it, I really encourage you to make it a goal for either Christmas or 2023, because Valentine's Day is just around the corner. I have some clients that literally do an e-commerce year round. They have their skincare, they have their go-to signature services that you can purchase, or packages, or maybe the membership. And then during holidays or events or special promos, they always have a higher average spend or a higher sales for those events because of that e-commerce. It's absolutely worth it, okay? Because when you're required to come in, you just get busy. Things happen, things come up, and then it's like, oh darn, I missed that, right? And then on the phone, I don't know how many clients after the fact get patients that say, I tried calling in, I was on hold for such a long time. It's just the reality. So you want to try to meet as many people in their preferred form of purchasing and making it super easy, okay? And then determine, right, is there expirations, minimum spends, maximum spends, right? Because some people were already going to spend $5,000 with you. And so them buying, $5,000 worth of gift cards to get that freebie, is that really helping you? So you've got to think of all of these things. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you're glad to do that, but just think about it, because basically think of all the ways a crazy or challenging patient is going to have questions or can create potential problems, because there are always a few every single year. It's going to happen. So just try to get ahead of these things. All right. Okay. So now I want to transition because I know this is why most of you are here, into some marketing tactics. Now, again, before we move on to that, I don't want to minimize how important the planning and organization and delegation phase into it is, because I can give you all of the laundry list that I'm about to give you on marketing tactics. But if you're not properly planning, organizing, delegating, that list is just going to sit on your table. All right. Okay. So a lot of these are no-brainers, but I want to give you some inside thoughts or things to consider as you're using these different tools. Okay, so of course you are going to utilize email to market your Black Friday. And most of the time, med spas will send out, one a month, or if they're really good, a couple during the month. But what I'm urging you to say is that it's okay to send a series of emails in a row during this Black Friday shopping season, because the majority of your patients will only open some of them anyway, right? So we want to hit them with some frequency here. And by increasing the number of quote unquote sales reminders and offers, you're going to increase the chances of conversion here. Okay, so increase the frequency of your email. You all know that one of my favorite marketing tools is text messaging. Okay. Why? Because it's a 95% open rate within the first 10 seconds of receiving it. Okay. So you absolutely need to be utilizing text. All right. Patients have a little higher tolerance during this time. So it's okay to send, maybe an announcement of your Black Friday. Black Friday is live, and then last chance text messages. Because again, their tolerance is a little bit higher for opt-out rate, but you don't want to, again, get too crazy and ruin your opt-ins because you are over texting them. You just want to use, all the different tools in your tool belt. Okay, let's talk social media, because there is a lot of moving pieces that is going to help you in your results. Okay, and the majority are free. You just have to spend the time, and you just got to do it. Okay, so the first one is create an event on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, you want to create an event. And you want to have a social media contest. This is going to help the power of your community, your audience, to help get more eyeballs on your Black Friday promo. So the contest is going to ask them to like, tag, share, that standard format. But a lot of people miss this piece of doing a social media contest and attaching it to their Black Friday. Of course, you want to do, your standard posts and your stories and make sure that you're even within the comments, make sure that you are adding pictures of your actual event. So if you're getting ready for Black Friday, if you are doing something in-house for Black Friday or day of, make sure that you're adding those pictures into the comments section, and that's going to help increase the algorithm and get more eyeballs for you. Okay, of course, you want to create a Black Friday reel or a TikTok that has, the more popular songs and templates. So you want to do reels or TikToks and TikToks if you're a pro. And you can even create your own specific Black Friday highlight on Instagram and just keep adding to it in the days leading up to your actual event and making it really easy for people, again, to find all the cool, great stuff that you are doing. And then, of course, you have to pay to really play when it comes to social media. So you want to boost posts and then not to forget hashtags. Use hashtags for Black Friday and Cyber Monday in your posts. So if people are doing a search, you have more likelihood that you're going to come up. And of course, paid ads, right? Paid ads are different than boosting posts. So go into your business manager. These are much more short-lived. They don't require as much ad spend like the normal paid ad strategies that you're doing for your offers or campaigns that you really want to be known for in your Medspa. Those are much more long-term and require a higher budget. But what I like about paid ads for your Black Friday is you can get really targeted with your audience and be seen by your bigger audience than those just seeing your that's on your Facebook page already. Okay, so make sure that you utilize social media, and you can even collaborate with other small businesses that share a similar audience as you, but aren't your competition, or even a local influencer. And again, you can do contesting, or better yet, you can even do a live with them, and it's going to generate more excitement, activities, and get new eyeballs that may have never even heard of you before. Yeah, local boutiques are a great place to start as well. Great idea. Great idea. Okay, so and then don't forget about your website. So be sure to display this on your homepage and have a dedicated landing page, and ultimately preferably a sign up, or that they could purchase right then and there if you have e-commerce. But if not, tell them exactly what they have to do in order to claim or purchase these Black Friday deals. Okay, so you could have a display on your homepage that will click directly to that landing page. It's an important piece. Okay, and if you're a real pro, you can even show a countdown clock timer next to the call to action, again, to just create that sense of urgency. And there's plugins that you could purchase in order to add that countdown clock. Okay, so I've mentioned a few times e-commerce. And for some, it's like, yeah, we're doing it. I get it. I get the power. We have massive results with it. And then others, it's a really scary thing to think about or to do, or I'm not even going to start down that road, right? But what I would urge you to do is to tackle it. If not this holiday, maybe look at it for Christmas. If not this year, absolutely look at it in 2023, because e-commerce makes it easy for people to give you money. It's that simple. It makes it easy for them to give you their business. And remember, your target patient oftentimes is, a working woman or mom or both, right? That is super busy. And when you make it convenient for us to give you our money, to give us permission to take care of ourselves, it's going to be a win-win for both of you. So if you have a decent patient database, this is absolutely worth investing the time and the money in establishing e-commerce at your Medspa, because statistically, I promise you, you're just going to sell more. You're going to increase the average spend per patient as well. All right. You just want to make sure that when you get that set up, that of course it's mobile friendly. You got to make it mobile friendly, not just pretty on the desktop, because that's where your users are consuming it, right? When they're laying in bed on their phones, or at soccer practice, waiting for their kids to be done. So you need to make sure that it's mobile friendly, and then double check that your hosting platform can handle that extra traffic on Black Friday. Because if you offer that, so if you're doing a text campaign, an email campaign on your social media, if you direct them to an e-commerce site and your hosting platform isn't prepared for that extra traffic, wouldn't it just be the absolute worst for your site to break, right? And think about all those missed opportunities when you went through the work of actually setting up e-commerce. All right. Now, my last tip, and this is a big one, so many med spas miss this, is the follow-up post-event. Now, I'm not just talking about Cyber Monday, okay? Because of course I want you to do something for Cyber Monday, but I'm talking about the follow-up, right? Because you're gonna get phone calls and DMs and text messages and emails, and they're gonna have questions about your packages or your offers. And maybe you get to them in a timely manner or not, or maybe you got to them, but the patient got busy and they weren't able to come in or, call or even purchase online, right? Life happens. So what is your follow-up to capture that extra 10% that something happened and you weren't able to get that sale at that time? And I promise you that it will be worth the squeeze, the efforts, if you have an orchestrated follow-up process in place. Because maybe you don't necessarily get that specific Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale, but you're able to schedule a consultation. And that is a win in itself. Or maybe you add them to your database, or let them know about, give them a sneak peek of what your Christmas promo is going to be, right? There's so many little things, either from a sales or establishing a deeper relationship with your patient, that can happen in the follow-up. So you want to delegate that responsibility to someone. Who is it? Is it your office manager? Are you handling it? Is your front desk handling it? Who is handling the follow-up? And how do we know who to follow up with? Pulling it from your email, your DMs, your texting, your dashboard, right? Comments in your social media. And then what is the plan and the tracking for that? And will you have a special offer for them, for those that, showed great interest, but just couldn't make it happen for a number of reasons on that day? I hope you do. I hope you do, because it is worth it, and it will go a long ways to that patient if you make them feel special and really desired and wanted as a patient. All right. So guys, it's all about getting a little bit better every single year for Black Friday. And you don't have to apply, obviously, all of the strategies that I shared with you today. But now what I would like to do is open up the floor for some questions. But I'd also love to hear, if you're still watching, in the comments box, what takeaways from today's training are you going to apply to this year's Black Friday? So what was your big takeaway? I'd love it in the comments box for you to share that. And while I'm waiting for those to come in, I just want to do a quick recap as we wrap up this call. Okay, so again, make sure you plan, you organize, and you delegate. You want to make sure that you're using proven discount tactics, right? Get and free. Those are two marketing words that patients love to hear. And you want to make sure that you're utilizing all the tools in your tool belt, okay? Email, text blasts, social media platforms, and there's like 10 things within the social media platforms that I told you about today. You want to make sure you're utilizing your website, potentially e-commerce, flyers. Make sure that you're paying to play on organized social media. So that's boosting posts and paid ads. Guys, I want you to work smarter, not harder. So it's totally okay to use previous year's marketing materials and just update them. Guys, if it worked, and it's not broke, don't fix it. You just update it, get a little bit better. And if online sales is not an option this year, then make it a goal. Make it a goal for 2023, because I promise you it'll be a game changer. All right. So longer promotional time. Yeah, Cheryl, that's a good one. And the buy X, get X free. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, everyone. Spread out the sale over the week. Online sales, not waiting till the last minute, targeting our online sales more than, and yeah, Kim, that's a huge one. Online sales, especially for you, Kim, because you have a really big patient database. And so making it really easy for your patients to choose you on that Black Friday over that week even is huge, because your phone's got to be ringing off the hook, right? And so if you can make it super easy for them, I know that you're going to have the best Black Friday ever. All right. So when you're doing your text blast, make sure that if you're a Diamond Accelerator client, that you are using our text blast link so that it's funneled to your account manager. They'll get that organized and sent over for your approval. Don't wait until the last minute, because as you can imagine, every single one of our clients is doing some kind of Black Friday. And so it's not one of those things where you say, oh, can you send it out in an hour, right? Or even tomorrow. Please give us at least 48 hours notice. And the further you plan ahead, the more Diamond Accelerator can help strategize with you and give you additional ideas to make sure that you have the best Black Friday ever. So